George Strait, often hailed as the king of country music and regarded as one of the most influential artists of modern times, stands as a true legend in the music world. With his smooth voice, timeless songs, and unmistakable authenticity, Strait carved out a unique place in country music history. After more than 3 decades of delivering hit after hit, he shocked fans in 2012 by announcing his retirement. But as it turns out, the future held unexpected surprises for the Strait family, ones that no one could have predicted. Before we uncover what that was, let's take a closer look at the remarkable life of George Strait, the man who changed country music forever. What made him stand out from his peers? And how did his sound redefine the genre across generations? George Harvey Strait was born on May 18, 1952, in the small Texas town of Poteet, to John Byron Strait Sr. and Doris Jean Cusser. He grew up in nearby Pearl, located in Frio County, southwest of San Antonio. His father worked as a junior high math teacher and a rancher, managing a 200-acre property near Big Wells, Texas. The family spent weekends and summers working together on the ranch. When George was in 4th grade, his parents divorced. His mother moved away with his sister, while George and his brother, John Buddy Jr., stayed with their father. Much of Strait's childhood revolved around ranch life, helping his father and brother with daily chores. His love for music began in high school, where he played in a rock and roll garage band called the Stoics at Pearsall High School. Like many teenagers of his time, Strait drew early inspiration from the Beatles and other British invasion acts. But over time, his musical taste shifted toward country. He found himself drawn to legends like Hank Thompson, Lefty Frizzle, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Bob Wills, Hank Williams, and even Frank Sinatra, who influenced his smooth vocal style. Interestingly, Strait didn't grow up listening to much country radio. Instead, he preferred the news and farm reports. His exposure to country music came mostly through live performances, a common pastime in small Texas towns. This wide range of musical influences helped him develop the distinctive sound that would later define his career. Strait's musical ambitions grew stronger in college at Southwest Texas State University in San Marcos. There, he answered a campus flyer from a local country group called Stony Ridge, looking for a vocalist. After joining the band, Strait began refining his guitar skills and stage presence. The group played in nightclubs and bars across South and Central Texas, even performing as far east as Houston and Huntsville. Eventually, Strait took the lead, renamed the group the Ace in the Hole Band, and quickly became its frontman. The band gained a strong regional following and even opened for major acts like the Texas Playboys. In time, they recorded a few singles with the Houston-based independent label D Records, including That Don't Change the Way I Feel About You and I Can't Go On Dying Like This. However, the songs failed to gain widespread recognition, and Strait continued working on his family's ranch. Despite the lack of major success, Strait refused to give up. His big break came when he met Irv Woolsey, a former MCA Records employee who managed one of the bars where the Ace in the Hole Band regularly performed. Impressed by Strait's talent, Woolsey used his industry connections to invite record executives from Nashville to see him play. While they loved his sound, they ultimately passed on signing him, believing his traditional Western swing style wasn't marketable. Still determined, Strait continued making trips to Nashville, only to be turned down by label after label. Frustrated and close to giving up, he told his band he was ready to quit. But it was his wife, Norma, who convinced him to give it one more year. That decision changed everything. In February 1981, Strait signed a deal with MCA Records. The contract was modest, just one single, but it was all he needed. If the song performed well, the label would greenlight a full album. Keeping the ace in the whole band by his side as his touring and backing group, George Strait was finally ready to begin the solo career that would soon make him a country music legend. In the spring of 1981, MCA Records released George Strait's debut single, Unwound. The song quickly rose to number 6 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, marking the arrival of a powerful new voice in country music. It was later featured on his first album, Strait Country, which also produced 2 more hits, Down and Out, and If You're Thinking You Want a Stranger, There's One Coming Home. The album's success was groundbreaking. Critics hailed it as the start of the new traditionalist movement, a refreshing shift from the pop-influenced country sound that dominated the era. Strait's honest, traditional approach resonated deeply with fans who longed for the classic country style. A year later, Strait released his second album, Straight from the Heart, 1982, which gave him his first #1 hit, Fool-Hearted Memory. The record also featured another fan favorite, Amarillo by Morning, a timeless Western ballad that became one of his signature songs. In 1983, Strait got an unexpected break at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo when the scheduled headliner fell ill. He stepped in to perform, and the crowd loved him. That night marked the beginning of a lifelong connection with the Houston Rodeo, a stage he would return to more than 20 times, performing for over 1 million fans throughout his career. During the 1980s, George Strait's rise to superstardom was unstoppable. He achieved 17 #1 hits during the decade, including a remarkable streak of 5 consecutive chart toppers between 1983 and 1984. His albums Right or Wrong and Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind both became major successes, with the latter earning him the CMA Award for Album of the Year. By 1985, Strait released yet another hit record, Something Special, which became his third #1 album. Its standout track, The Chair, quickly became one of the most iconic songs in country history. That same year, he also received the CMA Male Vocalist of the Year award, an honor he would win multiple times in his career. This period marked the turning point in George Strait's journey. He wasn't just a rising artist anymore, he had become a true country music icon. Despite the fame and fortune, Strait remained remarkably grounded. His personal life reflected stability and deep devotion. George married his high school sweetheart, Norma, in a private ceremony in Mexico on December 4, 1971, after secretly eloping. Their love story is often celebrated as one of the most enduring in country music history. That same year, Strait enlisted in the U.S. Army as an infantryman and was stationed at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii with the 25th Infantry Division. While serving, he auditioned for and joined the Army-sponsored country band Rambling Country, performing on and off base under the stage name Santee. Strait served for 4 years, rising to the rank of corporal, and it was during this time that his passion for performing solidified into a lifelong pursuit. George and Norma went on to have 2 children. Their daughter Jennifer was born on October 6, 1972, and their son George Harvey Strait Jr., affectionately known as Bubba. In the aftermath, Strait withdrew from the media and avoided interviews for years. The heartbreak never truly faded, but he channeled his pain into his music, finding solace in songwriting and performing. Throughout the trials of fame, loss, and personal struggle, George Strait has remained humble and steadfast. He's faced the pressures of celebrity media scrutiny, public attention, and the weight of being a country icon, yet he's always stayed true to his values. Family and music have remained his guiding forces. His songs often mirror his life, filled with themes of love, loss, resilience, and nostalgia. That emotional honesty is what connects him so deeply with millions of fans around the world. It's this authenticity, more than anything else, that has kept George Strait's music timeless and his legacy unshakable. George Strait isn't just a legend on stage. He's also a man of many passions beyond music. When he's not performing, he enjoys steer roping, golf, and skiing. Together with his longtime friend and business partner Tom Cusick, Strait co-founded the Vaqueros del Mar, Cowboys of the Sea, invitational golf tournament and concert. This annual charity event, held at their Tapatio Springs Resort in Bourne, Texas, combines golf and music to raise funds for David Feherty's Troops First Foundation, which supports wounded soldiers, military personnel, and their families. In its inaugural year in 2012, the event raised more than $5 million, a testament to Strait's generosity and enduring influence. In January 2018, Strait was honored with the Texan of the Year award by the Texas Legislative Conference, a prestigious recognition from business and political leaders across the state. Strait's impact isn't limited to music. He also made his mark in film. In 1992, he starred in the movie Pure Country, where he played Dusty Chandler, a famous country singer who becomes disillusioned with fame and rediscovers his roots. Strait also performed much of the soundtrack, which went on to become one of the best-selling country soundtracks of all time. The movie gave fans a glimpse of Strait's softer, more introspective side, and remains a cult classic among country audiences. Over the decades, George Strait has achieved more awards and records than any other artist in country music history. He holds the record for the most #1 albums, #1 singles, gold albums, platinum albums, and multi-platinum albums in the genre. In fact, he ranks 11th overall across all genres for most #1 albums. Only Elvis Presley and the Beatles surpass him in total gold and platinum certifications. Strait is also the 12th best-selling artist in U.S. history, with over 70 million albums sold domestically and more than 120 million records worldwide. He holds the record for 60 #1 songs across all charts, the most by any artist in any genre, and remains the only musician to have a top 10 hit every year for 30 consecutive years. He's just 5 songs shy of breaking Eddie Arnold's all-time record of 92 top 10 hits. Throughout his career, Strait has earned 22 Country Music Association (CMA) awards, including the Entertainer of the Year title in 1989, 1990, and 2013. In 2006, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, performing his chart-topping hit, "Give It Away," during the ceremony. He became the second youngest inductee in history, following Eddie Arnold, who received the honor in 1966. The accolades kept coming. In 2008, the Academy of Country Music named him Artist of the Decade for the 2000s, and in 2010, Billboard ranked him as the top country artist of the past 25 years. Strait is also the only performer ever to win the Entertainer of the Year award in 3 different decades, cementing his status as one of music's greatest icons. With an estimated net worth of $300 million, George Strait remains one of the most successful and respected figures in entertainment. Unlike many of his peers, he stayed true to country's roots, preserving its traditional sound while inspiring generations of artists to move away from pop-infused trends. Among his 38 albums, 13 have gone multi-platinum, including the 8 times platinum Pure Country, and 33 others have reached platinum status. His unmatched consistency and authenticity have earned him not just fame, but enduring love from millions of fans. Yet, as Strait began to slow down his touring schedule, one question lingered in fans' minds. Who will carry on the George Strait legacy? For many, the answer seemed clear. George Strait Jr., affectionately known as Bubba, appeared to be the natural successor. Father and son had collaborated on several projects, co-writing songs, and performing together on stage, both dressed in classic cowboy attire, boots, denim, and wide-brimmed hats. Their chemistry on stage and shared passion for authentic country music fueled speculation that Bubba might one day carry the torch and continue the Strait family's musical legacy. And while the world waits to see if Bubba fully steps into his father's boots, one thing is certain. George Strait's impact on country music is eternal. His voice, his style, and his spirit will forever define what it means to be truly country. George Strait Jr., better known as Bubba, has finally confirmed what many fans have long suspected: the Strait legacy is in good hands. Born on May 14, 1981, in San Marcos, Texas, Bubba grew up surrounded by music, but his early passion wasn't the stage, it was the rodeo arena. While studying at Texas A&M University, he began competing in college rodeos and soon joined the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, PRCA, as a skilled team roper. According to the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Bubba participated in numerous roping events, including the 22nd George Strait Team Roping Classic in 2004. His rodeo career nearly came to an abrupt end when he severed his index finger during a roping accident, a painful reminder of the risks that come with the sport. His father, George Strait, shared that same passion. For 35 consecutive years, the country legend produced the PRCA Team Roping Classic, one of the most respected competitions in the field. In a 2007 interview with Team Roping Journal, Strait called team roping his greatest passion outside of music and said his proudest moment was winning alongside his son. The annual event continued until its final run in 2017. Though Bubba eventually stepped away from professional roping, he found another calling that brought him closer to his father's music. Fans first heard young Bubba's voice at the beginning of Heartland, the opening song from George's 1992 film, Pure Country. Years later, Bubba began co-writing songs for his father's albums, blending the family's love of storytelling and melody. Together, they penned tracks like Living for the Night and Out of Sight, Out of Mind, followed by collaborations on 4 more albums. Here for a Good Time, 2011. Love is Everything, 2013. Cold Beer Conversation, 2015. Honky Tonk Time Machine, 2019. In 2014, during the final stop of George Strait's Cowboy Rides Away tour in Arlington, Texas, Bubba joined his father on stage at a tent stadium to perform his self-written song, Arkansas Dave. The show became the most attended concert in North American history, drawing 104,792 fans, surpassing even the Rolling Stones record. Surrounded by thousands of cheering fans, George stood in the center of the massive stadium, performing on a rotating stage with his Ace in the Hole band, while Bubba shared the spotlight beside him, a powerful symbol of legacy and family. The concert marked George Strait's retirement from touring, later immortalized in CMT's special The Cowboy Rides Away. Outside of music, Bubba has occasionally represented his father at major events, such as the 2007 Country Music Hall of Fame Medallion Ceremony, the 2009 ACM Artist of the Decade Tribute, and the 2012 ASCAP Country Music Awards in Nashville. Unlike his famous father, Bubba keeps a low profile. He isn't active on social media, but his wife, Tamara Strait, a successful Texas realtor, often shares glimpses of their life together on Instagram. The two met in 2005 at a San Antonio Spurs game, where Tamara was performing as a silver dancer. They got engaged and married in 2010, and today they're proud parents to two children, George Harvey Strait III, born 2012, and Gillian Louise Strait, born 2016. Though Bubba may never chase the same fame as his father, he's building a legacy of his own, one rooted in authenticity, family, and a deep respect for traditional country music. By co-writing heartfelt songs and carrying forward the same creative spirit that made his father the king of country, Bubba Strait is proving that while George Strait Sr. defined an era, George Strait Jr. may well define the next one.